Alright.
3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so as we're in here, we're going to wait for a little bit. We're in a training mission. We're going to be taught how to move. I already know how to move. I will be moving diagonally as much as I can. I'll be moving diagonally as much as I can because that adds the momentum from both moving forward and moving right or left. And I'll be jumping as much as I can because, oh hello, I've just been seen there live.
Oh, you failed it too? Oh my god.
Anytime I jump, I gain momentum, and I don't slow down unless I'm actually on the ground. So the less time I spend on the ground, the better.
Yeah, it's kind of like a scuffed Half-Life bunny hop, pretty much.
I just kind of clipped through a gate there. We'll be seeing that kind of thing a lot. I'll be clipping through gates, some walls, doors if I can. Lots of stuff, like here.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. Gentle for that.
So this clip here skips a big ol'... Excuse me? Skips a big ol' combat training section. We used to have to shoot an archery target and fight a little combat sparring partner, but
yeah, it used to take like 30 seconds. It was like the most boring part of the level, and now all you have to do is just get one clip, and you're done pretty much, because this is the end right here.
Now we just wait for the keeper to go through all of his dialogue. This is the keeper's area. We're being trained to be a keeper. Now we're a thief. And thieves hit their heads on lampposts and go flying, and then clip through walls. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, so what he did there, we call it a fling. If you walk up to any object, he just did it again. If you walk up to any object and you just lean one way and then swipe your mouse the other way, it'll just give you a bunch of momentum in the way you swiped your mouse, and you'll just end up flying. And there, he just did a death abuse. So we combine the fling into throwing him into a wall, and it just kills him. And for some reason in this game, if you like die while touching an object, you're able to walk. So he is just able to walk to the ending and grab the scepter, thus completing the mission.
Yeah, it's just slightly faster than waiting.
Than
for
waiting out
the
the fade out. Yeah.
Because it just forces the mission to end, and then the game is like, oh, he completed all the objectives. So
yeah, so like when you die, it automatically does a fade out of like 5 seconds, I think, and that's faster than grabbing the scepter and then waiting another 5 seconds for the game to automatically fade out.
Also, I'll be quick saving quite a bit because we can't do any weird tech with like skipping things with quick saves, but we can just make sure we don't lose the run.
Yeah. All right. I got bullied on my run when I quick saved too much apparently, but you know, it is what it is. So this is Crag's Cleft. So we have to get this guy called Cuddy out of here, but he's gonna end up dying. So normally we have to go upstairs and like open the door to his cell, but because we have wall clips, we're gonna be able. He's about to come up to in about 5 seconds or so. We're just gonna be able to clip into the cell. We're not gonna go in with him, or we're gonna go just far enough that like it thinks we're in the room brush, and it's gonna tick off the objectives. And you're gonna see it here in a second.
So I'm sort of halfway in the gate right now. If I stepped inside, I'd never be able to get back out.
Yeah, it's weird. You can only clip through one way sometimes. It's really annoying.
You might be able to tell. I'm not sure how bright it is, but you might be able to tell that the floor over here is slightly higher than in the cell, and that's why we can't clip back out, because we can only clip to lower ground or equal ground.
Yeah.
Also, I just shot a noisemaker arrow up there, so that I got.
Yeah.
Oh, is he done? No, I don't think he's done.
No, go back. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the objective there ticks off earlier if the guard follows you into the room like he did there.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta still stay until the dialogue ends.
As this is a stealth game, we're not really supposed to be chased around by people. So I have a noisemaker arrow, which is supposed to be used to distract people, which I used for its intended purpose, strangely enough, to make sure that guy didn't come downstairs, because he heard me clacking around when I clipped through the wall. Or the door, rather.
So this is not how you play the game, by the way. Like, you're supposed to be very slow and methodical, but
I just got this. That was the mission objective, but I just threw it out the window because we don't need it.
Yeah, you don't need to hold on to it. This game's a little silly with its objectives. So we didn't really like explain death abuse, I think, that well. So if you have to die before you finish the last objective, Oh, no, also right there, he just actually did a blackjack glitch.
So many things to talk about.
I know this game's really quick. Like we're trying to keep up with it, but all the tricks are just like boom, 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 boom.
I'll try to explain the blackjack glitch, then we can explain the death beast in a bit. So the blackjack glitch, the long story short, it has a hitbox that it uses to detect when I hit someone with it, because it's used to knock people out, because we're supposed to be stealthy. Now, doing a little bit of swapping with the inventory, I can make it spawn the glitch when I put the blackjack away, or spawn the hitbox
yeah, it, like,
when I put the
hitbox. Yeah.
I can make it spawn the hitbox when I put the blackjack away, and that okay. Rope time.
Yeah, just get on the rope.
That I can land on basically, and because of the way this game works, it actually has some nice momentum-based damage and stuff. So when you land on a slope, it sort of deflects your momentum, and you don't take as much damage. Now the blackjack hitbox is kind of sloped, so you can land on it and not take much damage.
Yeah. So coming up right here, he's actually about to do what we call a gentle fling. So it's kind of like combining a gentle clip with a fling, where you go up to an object, and if you look off to the side here, you'll see that he gets launched up in the air, and then he's able to get up here. And this actually doesn't save that much time in the run, but it's very flashy.
It saves about 8 seconds at best.
5, I think. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So he just uses speed potion. There, the speed potion is, it just makes him go twice as fast, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not afraid of heights.
Yeah, and I think he's gonna do another gentle fling here.
Yeah, there are a few gentle flings in this early part of the run. Ooh, that was kind of scary.
If you're wondering why they're called gentle fling, oh my god. If you're wondering why they're called gentle flings, it was found by a guy named Mr. Gentle, and of course, whenever someone finds a trick, you just name it after them. He just came in and like in one day just changed the whole route of the game by finding all these weird tricks. Also, just glossed over it. There, he did what we call fast ladder. If you run up to a ladder, normally you go really slow up it, but if you drop an item, it pushes your hitbox out a little bit and gives you like running speed up the ladder. It saves like a couple seconds.
Alright, now I'll try to explain what I'm doing here, because this is all very weird. So, those two guys were trying to assassinate me, and they have a bit of dialogue at the start of the mission, because you're supposed to see your buddy get shot, and just kind of sit around like, oh god, what happened? So they do some dialogue explaining that they were trying to assassinate you, and they're going to go back to their boss, who paid for it. Now, I just kind of walked outside and used a little bug to blackjack them without them taking any damage. Now, they don't notice anything is wrong unless they take damage, and then the mission fails. So I've just knocked them out, and now I'm carrying him to his boss's house, where he would have gone otherwise. But he would have taken like a long, unnecessary path.
Like 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, to get here, where I just carried him.
Yeah, you carried him, and it saved like 2 minutes.
So basically, that's all totally normal. I didn't hurt him at all, and his buddy didn't notice he's gone.
It's a bug with the programming. If you block instead of swing it, it still knocks them out, but it doesn't do any damage. And like he said, the mission checks if you do damage, and if he had done damage, it would have failed. But because
also,
he didn't do any damage,
if they had seen me, it would have failed. And
yeah,
for some reason,
that can happen.
For some reason, their AI isn't active, so even though I walked right in front of them in the light, they couldn't see me.
Yeah,
because they don't really activate until they finish their dialogue. All right, I'm supposed to do. Wait, this.
Are you gonna do this one?
Ooh, nice. There we go. So I had to pickpocket that guy, so that was another death abuse. I killed myself, and then I just slid right in under him so I could pickpocket him to finish the mission. That was the guy who paid for the assassination, and I just wanted to grab his purse to get back at him, basically.
Yeah, it's one of the objectives, pretty much. So now we're on the mission The Sword, and casually, this is probably my favorite mission in the game. This is like where the story of the game kind of just goes up on its head.
Yeah, we'll see some weird stuff. This isn't really a normal mansion. This is where the fantasy elements you might have seen where I walk past a skeleton, this is where they really start to shine. Also, you may be wondering why I kind of go off the route to grab loot sometimes, because I haven't really done anything with the loot. And that's because if I hit O right now, you'll see there's objectives to get 500 loot, for example, in this mission.
Yeah.
So I have to, basically, because I'm a thief. That's what thieves do. Uh-oh, that's bad.
Yeah, the first couple of missions are easy. They don't require any loot, but Assassins onward, pretty much every level is going to require it, besides like 2. So right there, he grabbed the main mission objective, which is to get the sword. The story of this mission is like some guy hires you to steal the sword out of this mansion, and for the longest time, we used to go to the sword from above with a rope arrow, and it was really slow. And it took us 20 years to find out that we could literally just mantle from underneath and grab it by jumping up. It was 20-year speed tech right there.
This is a pretty good death abuse too, because it just kills you immediately.
To the moon. Yeah. So there's 2 types of death abuses. There's the death walk ones, where, like I said, it walks and you just get the fade out. And then there's the regular death abuse, where you could just right-click and it ends immediately.
$5 from Jay Rude coming in here, and he says, "Good luck, amor, amor." Keep it rolling.
Thanks, Jared.
Thanks, Jay. Shout out to everyone in the Thief Discord, by the way. I think a lot of them are watching. Taffers.
I believe the word taffer was a thing that the devs of this game kind of heard
made
somewhere.
Up?
Well, it's like it's like an old word, I think, that they kind of remade. Yeah, because nobody's ever heard that word before except outside of, or except in Thief. So
yeah, it's like synonymous with Thief now.
Excuse me. It's really dark in here, and I've got glare on my screen, so it's actually much harder for me to see this stuff than it is for you, because I have...
yeah, you probably have the gamma up.
Yeah, I have the gamma increased by like 20% in OBS.
But like for him, it's still really low. The in-game gamma doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's great. So it does if you're playing on the newer engine, but
it also used to work in this engine when it was released, but it worked on old hardware. It used to like... Or it might have been old software stuff. It relied on something that computers just don't have anymore.
Fun fact: Windows 10 makes this game actually really well runnable.
Yes.
If you have Windows 7, it actually crashes a lot and doesn't run right. So
yeah,
there's one thing Windows 10 is good at.
People always come in and ask like, "Oh, I've got Windows 10. Is this gonna work?" And we're like, "Yes, excellent."
Yeah, it's the perfect operating system. Funnily enough, for
gonna buy a speed
so that was casually Haunted Cathedral. It was just you went into like the old section of the city to kind of get a information on where to find like a talisman, and now we're gonna go get one of them, or 2 of them rather, in this level.
You might have missed that little bug that I did there. I kind of just rubbed my face against the ladder and then jumped off. And what that does is it tricks the game into thinking I should be on land right now, so it's just giving me the walking speed, which is much faster than the swimming speed.
Yeah. It actually allows you to, I think, to finish this whole section in one cycle instead of having to get some air.
You can do it either way, but I think you have a pretty high chance of running out of air.
I don't know. I haven't done it without
taking a little bit of damage.
Best swim in a while.
I think you take like 2 damage. Not a big deal.
Oh, yeah, okay. So one thing, if for most of you who probably played this casually, this level only had 1 talisman because you were probably playing Thief Gold. This is Thief the Dark Project. Thief Gold is kind of like the expansion to this game. I guess you could call it that. It came with like 3 more extra levels and kind of rearranged some objectives, but we're playing on the original. So he has to go get another...
That we glossed over there. Yeah, we've got to get an extra talisman from all the way into this mission, which is pretty far.
Yeah, it makes this mission way longer.
One thing we glossed over is that I dropped a mine a while back, you might have noticed. I did that because it's another death abuse spot. That right there is the end mission area, so I'll use that mine to kill myself.
Yeah, you're just gonna run over it, kill you, then you're gonna pass into like the objective plane, and then just right click to end.
Another thing is that we didn't really explain that I can...
That blackjack glitch.
Yeah, use the blackjack glitch multiple times in a row if we do it right. It's a little bit of tricky timing, but it's
you honestly, get a rhythm for it.
Yeah, it's very easy compared to a lot of speedrun tricks. This is a very easy game to run. It's very hard to master and to optimize fully, but it's very easy to actually learn and run.
Get into it, yeah.
It's very hard to master because of all the physics-based stuff and the bunny hops and everything.
Yeah, sometimes you're just at the whim of the game.
Yeah, sometimes the game will literally just kill you. You can get stuck in the ground and then the run is just dead. There's no way to get out.
Yeah. It's a great game, but... So right here, he's getting one of the talismans. Like I said, if you played gold, you probably wouldn't even know that was there.
Up here? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
All right, we got $25 from Arrow, and he says, Thief is one of my favorite games of all time. It's great seeing it in a run. Thanks to everyone for making this marathon possible, and good luck to all the runners. Thank you, Arrow.
Thanks, Arrow.
Thanks, Arrow.
So I was just going to say that's another fast ladder there. I don't remember exactly what you said about fast ladder, but basically I just dropped an item and went up a little bit faster. Because it's another case of tricking the game into thinking I should have walking speed, because ladders are also slower than walking around.
So now we're gonna come. We're working our way back from this water talisman area back to basically the middle section of the level, and we're actually just gonna end up going back to where we started at the big tower that you saw him kind of go around with the blackjack glitch chain, and in there's the other talisman, and then we're gonna do a pretty cool trick actually to get our way back. See if he gets this blackjack glitch here. He does. Okay. Sometimes, you haven't seen the blackjack glitch fail yet, but it can fail. It just won't give you the hitbox, and you won't, stop your fall. Oh no. Yeah, just reload. Okay.
So that's the first time I've actually had to load a quick save. That right there is why we quick save, because this game can be tricky in places. That right there is a very precise bunny hop into a precise mantle, and one big meme in the old dark running community is that mantling is really bad.
It is.
Mantling meaning just climbing onto things. It often doesn't work the way you'd expect it to.
And so right here, he's going to actually do a really fancy little blackjack glitch here.
Oh, see, that's why we don't like mantling.
Yeah, okay, yep. Sometimes that could just happen. Let's see here if he gets this.
There we go. Now, for the longest time, we actually climbed onto the top and did a blackjack glitch to get down there, or we would onto the roof, and then we would move on to doing other weird jumps out the window. That jump has gone through so many iterations, but finally we settled on this with the blackjack glitch because we found a decent setup to make the blackjack glitch do. We found a decent setup to make the blackjack glitch do a very strange thing that it normally doesn't do, which is give us actual height. And
usually just stops your momentum, but we found a way to make it actually push you up.
Yeah, usually it's mostly just good for breaking falls, but we can very occasionally use it to extend jumps and stuff like that.
Yeah. Shout out to X Module with the copter. So we're on Undercover here. So the objective of this mission is to get into the cell here and take these 2 talismans. And because of now wall clips that we've adjusted into the run, it makes this mission probably one of the easiest missions in the run, I think.
Yeah, it's already over. I'm gone.
Yeah, that's
there's
it.
There's no loot objective in that mission, so
yeah.
Any mission without a loot objective is generally pretty quick.
Yeah.
Because we can just go straight to the objective. The loot routing is the hardest part of running this game.
So this level, Return to the Cathedral, actually has the coolest, in my opinion, death abuse in the game. So right here, he's going to jump up and get the eye from underneath.
This is your standard MacGuffin, basically.
Yeah.
That's what we've been trying to get through the past couple of levels. We weren't supposed to be able to get into the Cathedral without... ooh. I think I just forgot to quick save. So we'll do this mission again, because we like it so much.
Well, it gives us more time to explain. So normally he's supposed to use the talismans to get into the front door there, but we just clip the front door, and then we clip the second door that also is locked, just to get in here and right to the eye.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna use that bush there, or you saw him try to use that bush there to fling himself into the wall here. That's like the curved wall.
There we go.
And he's gonna right up it Tony Hawk style into the end level trigger, and then he's gonna right click after he hears a certain dialogue play, and then we're good to go. That's it. And right now we're on escape. This can be a real fun level, to be honest. This level I've lost many runs to this level.
Is all RNG, because the enemies, we've kind of glossed over this because they aren't a big problem most of the run, but the enemies are all sort of RNG. They all start in the same position every mission, but they have RNG
different
that
patrol,
kind of just determines where they go.
Yeah.
So there can be like one guy here, or no guys here, or 3 guys there. This next hallway I'm about to go through can be absolutely full of dudes, or it might just be empty.
Yeah, it's really like you're just at the whim of the game at that point.
And it's pretty empty right now, which is nice. These guys can be
that's
trolls.
the best hallway.
They can also kill you, and then you can death abuse out this door, but it's very rare. Those frogs, they look pretty harmless, but they actually explode.
Yep. They they're just exploding frogs.
It's normal stuff.
So
have I mentioned that we're
back
actually trying to kill the god of chaos?
Yes.
Yeah, this is a game about thievery.
Yeah, it goes from like just stealing stuff in a couple mansions and stuff to suddenly now you have to save the world and kill basically the god of chaos.
These are ape friends. I love them. They're trying to give me a hug, but I don't want their hugs right now because I'm trying to go fast.
Yeah. So this level, it's straight Bedfellows. We go into this underground little like area, and we're supposed to get a key from a guard, and sort of go through these doors. But as you see, he just clips through them. He's gonna clip through this wall here. He's gonna go down and actually get the priest that they're gonna tell us to get. It's one of the objectives.
Look at me! Oh my god.
Normally, we're supposed to get the priest after we talk to the guys. Oh, looks like you got a little bit of trouble here. Nope, you're good. Okay. That was actually well played. So we're gonna get the priest first. We do this. The speedrun of this level is kind of backwards. We get the priest first, then we listen to the dialogue, because as it happens, the trigger to end the mission, like we have to bring the priest to a certain area, is right in front of where we listen to the dialogue. So we just go ahead and get the priest first with a couple clips, and then we're just gonna bring him down, and we just have to wait through a little bit of dialogue here for the objectives to update as soon as it.
Now he started talking, which is going to give me the objective. But while he's talking, I'm going to go get the priest.
Yeah.
And I usually have an extra flash bomb here to flash anybody that might cause a problem, which I think somebody's going to try to. I think we're fine though.
Yeah, you should be fine. Yeah. So you're gonna see here in a second. He kind of puts down the priest here.
I think we're fine. I think the mission will still end. We'll see.
It should end as long as you don't die.
Alright, so this is the last mission. We didn't have a shop to go to. I've glossed over that because we very rarely need to actually buy things from the shop. But in between missions, you can use the loot that you gained from the previous mission to buy things. Any loot that you don't spend is just lost forever, so you basically should always just buy stuff.
Yeah, casually, but in the speedrun, we don't care.
Yeah. But in this last mission, we're kind of... We're not in the normal world anymore, so there was no shop to go to grab items.
Yeah, we're in hell pretty much. That's what I like to call it.
Chaos realm.
Yeah, something spooky land.
It's all very weird.
So this level is very linear, but in order to sell like the atmosphere of it being hell, they kind of like put all these like holes in the wall that kind of actually connect to later parts of the level. So you're gonna see us actually go through, or see Amorphous here go through a lot of like those holes to kind of skip chunks of the level out.
Yeah, it's actually like surprisingly linear. It's more of an atmospheric kind of ending to the game than it is a proper level in the style of the others.
Every other level usually is like open-ended and you do it anyway, but this level it's like, nope, you're just on a track to the end.
So it's pretty divisive. Some people really like it, some people don't. Personally, I like it, and I like this game a lot. A lot of Thief fans like Thief 2 better, but this is always my favorite. So
yeah, as you can see, like there's a giant tree here. Like it's trying to.
This is a big old fast ladder.
Yeah, it's the ladder there. So technically that's a ladder. It's kind of funny. It just has the same properties. But yeah, the game's trying to sell you on the fact that this is just like some weird zone realm. Yeah, it tries to throw all the crazy stuff they could put in the mission at you to be like, spooky. Yeah, you're gonna go find the God of Chaos. This is his home. It's all weird. So this is a big long area, which is good for bunny hopping. And there's a T-posing friend at the end there, ape friend. Yeah, T-pose. So we're supposed to go past him down there. Oh, I'm not gonna use Black Glitch. But instead, I'm going to jump off the bridge entirely into this hole. Uh-oh. Did you get it? Nope. Now, it can be kind of hard to do this.
I'm jumping off a
Yeah, this
mine, which is something that is only really useful on this mission. I'm stuck entirely.
Yeah. This trick right here is actually very difficult. It can kill your run.
It's very
And it's
precise.
right at the end.
But it's
Yeah.
it's not so bad. Usually I get it first try, but sometimes it takes a couple. And then this next one is a thing we found relatively recently as well. Oh no, please don't, Blue Crayman, don't do it. Oh, he might. Oh, okay. This is gonna be something called Lava Walk. We're gonna quick save and quick load while in lava, and then it's gonna stop damaging us, because that's how lava works.
Yeah, it's like if you just take the first tick of damage, quick save, quick load, and then it just never damages you again, as long as you don't jump.
Unless you jump right there, you have to land back in the lava for it to damage you.
Yeah.
Now I'm just gonna start saying numbers here that aren't gonna mean anything to you. I'll explain them in a second, but I kind of need to remember them. All right, 30, 26, 30, 26. So that there is a timer, 30, 26. I have it going separate to any live split or anything. And I use it to determine when I kill myself, because on this mission, I kind of just stole. That was the God of Chaos over there that I walked past. Now I'm gonna sit right here. Thanks, Ongder, for this wonderful skip. Go follow Ongder, twitch.tv/ANGDER. He gave us this amazing skip where we're gonna sit in this corner for a few minutes, and then we're just gonna die.
So it may not look like a skip, but trust me, it's actually saving about 1 minute and 10 seconds. We used to stay in the room with the God of Chaos. After what he did there was switch out the eye, and it has magical properties, and it's gonna set to explode and kill him. But and we used to sit in there and listen to his ritual. But now we're in this corner here that doesn't have a sound brush, so it's just an empty void. And we're still within range for him to do all of his animations, because what he's gonna do is gonna go pillar to pillar, waving his hands, and he's supposed to be chanting a spell. But because we're not in a room brush, he doesn't chant the spell, but he's still doing the whole animations and everything. So it just goes through all the animations, then kills him.
Yeah.
It's supposed to.
I looked away there because I was setting a calculator to tell me what time to kill myself. So
yeah, you landed at 30:26 or whatever. Yeah.
The reason this works is because the way the game does sound is for example, this rectangle here and that hallway there might be considered different rooms by the game's engine, because someone when designing the game designated this is a room, that's a room, and that's how it propagates sound, because it if I make a noise here, it'll carry on there and then to the next room and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's a really nice sound engine. Very few games even come close to doing anything similar. But the flaw is that it requires every room to be designated by the designers. So things like this that the designers miss that aren't designated as rooms, sounds can't be made here. So they also can't be made anywhere else. All the sounds are just not happening in the game.
Yeah. And like I said, instead of having to listen to him do the chant, you don't listen to him at all. So it saves about 1 minute and 10 seconds.
All right, so we've got about a minute left before I have to kill myself. So if we have a donation or something you can say, could fill some time.
Definitely. For anyone out there wondering what they're watching, you're watching ESA Movember, which is in support of the Movember Foundation. And right now, ESA is raising money for Movember, and Movember is an organization seeking to change the face of and improve men's health on a global scale. So if that's a cause you want to support, guys, get your donations in, and we will read them on here. Keep it going.
All right. About 18 seconds left. Anything else I should say? Anything we glossed over? As far as
shout
the
out
run
to
goes?
Thief Discord. Shout out to everyone who's
if you go to my
affected the
channel,
run.
in the description somewhere, you should see the invite link to the Thief Discord, or on the speedrun.com page. And I need to kill myself right now. And cool. So we hear the explosion, and then I end it, and that's the game done. There's the in-game time. There's the out-of-game time. I probably should have said, that explosion was when the time ends, but you guys will figure it out probably. So yeah, thanks guys for having me. It was fun. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Amorphous. This is Psychosis. You'll find us on the Thief Discord if you want to ask any questions or get into the run. I recommend it.
Yeah, it's definitely a really good like first run. It's pretty easy, like we said.
Yep, because of quick saves. You can't really
Yeah.
lose. All right. I guess we're ready to move on.
Peace.
Hey everybody, it's me again, Barbie X Edge here at ESA Movember. Doing that last run, Thief. Thief. I was able to grow a beard. We were actually able to squeeze in another run between the GTA run. It's going to be Yakuza Kiwami 2, any percent by Frug McGuffin, cool. This seems like it's going to be a pretty fast-paced run, so I'm excited about that. I couldn't grow like a full-on beard, but I tried. I only had like 30 minutes, so you know, take it as what you will. We still have those donation bid wars incentives open for the Valley any percent run. But yeah, this next run coming up is going to be the Yakuza Kiwami 2. You guys excited for it or what? Also, if you want to check out the past and upcoming games on this marathon, you can go to esamarathon.com/schedule so you can see the full schedule of everything that's happening, so you won't miss any runs. All right, it looks like Frug McGuffin is ready, so without further ado, enjoy.